FTB Film Study is sponsored by the 409 Tailgate Club. For the best tailgate sauces, barbecue dry rubs, and Bloody Mary mix, visit 409tailgateclub.com today.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to For the Bloggy Film Breakdowns. Today we're going to talk about Yurcich offense, his RPOs, the intricacies of what he does off of the wide zone and his hurry up. But first, guys, I want to make sure you understand, hey, subscribe to our social media, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're excited, man. I'm excited about Penn State. I'm excited about football. Let's do this. All right, first things first, we're in trips formation to the field. We got 3 receivers to the field. We got 1 receiver to the boundary. Pitt is in a 4-2-5 defense. It's pretty easy to determine kind of what they're getting themselves into. So what it looks like is they're playing some form of man disguise coverage based on the fact that this safety is playing outside leverage. He's trying to railroad them outside receiver. So the RPO you're going to see a wide zone to the left, okay? You're going to see a wide zone to the left, and what you're going to get yourself into is you got to find your read. And from what I can tell right now is that at any given time that Oklahoma State or Yurcich's offense, anytime they see 1 high safeties, it's an automatic, basically slant, flat, okay, or a square in and flat look. And what he's looking for right now is he's looking at this safety, and he's going to watch this safety pull down. Notice the quarterback's eyes. His eyes are now immediately on his play. He's looking to where he needs to be looking for his RPO. He drives the ball into the belly. He pulls that thing right now, and he sees that safety drive down hard. This was probably a predetermined play call based on how Pitt played their trips. They probably triggered really hard on the bubble look right by number 2. So they get a nice bubble by number 2. They get a slant by number 1, and then they get basically a seam or a slot fade by number 3. And that's a really good play call. He does a really good job of hitting people in space one-on-one. All right, so let's move to Texas a little bit, okay? This is a really interesting one. Right now, you're in a 2-by-2 set, okay? You're in a double set. You've got the slot to the boundary, and he's going to go into motion, and he's going to run a bubble. You're going to get wide zone up front, and you're going to get a bubble by number 3. What you're going to see Kansas State straight man-to-man. It's pretty easy to determine, but the motion helps as well. Okay, so if you take a look at something, all right, so he goes into motion right now. That safety is now going to go over the top with him, okay, and they start running, which means these guys are going to bump over. Well, in the process, Kansas State loses a front side force player. So basically, in this situation, what you can tell is that you go in motion, we now have numbers to the play side. So right now, he sees that the man's going in motion. He knows pre-snap, I'm not going to throw this ball out here. I'm going to hand this wide zone off, and we're going to get ourselves vertical. Now, could he have thrown this ball? Absolutely, but under the assumption that this guy was going to go across and try to make a play as quickly as he can on the ball, he made the right decision by handing that ball off. And plus, his tailback's probably better than Kansas State's defense. Okay, so now you're going to see Texas, Kansas State again. Texas does a lot of triple option RPOs. You're going to see triple option. Read number 1, defensive end. Read number 2, strong safety. And here's how it works. They're going to run wide zone to the right. Quarterback's reading the defensive end. Notice the defensive end shoulders turn to the ball, so he now doesn't have a square feather look. Now he's getting straight down the field. Watch the fullback get into the flat. Okay, watch the fullback get into the flat, and watch how the quarterback read the defensive end. So once he reads the end, he pulls it. His next guy is his pitch read, which is that outside linebacker. Now, let's get real. Quarterback is unbelievable in this situation. Probably makes a decision most people wouldn't make. All right, and he tosses this ball off after the pitch read came back on top of him, okay, which he puts the ball out there in a pretty good situation. Now, watching it from the end zone, I want you to really take a look at what you can see the quarterback's eyes, and you can see what he's looking for here, okay? So first thing, number 1, he goes and pushes himself into a wide zone look. Okay, his eyes are now on the defensive end right now. Defensive end squeezes hard. By the time the ball's in the pocket, he's already at the midpoint of the offensive line. All right, now he pulls the ball, is now reading the pitch man. Pitch man gets outside, turns his shoulders, comes back to the quarterback. He just tosses the ball like triple option. You can see on the flex bone and everything else going with it. If there is a quarterback that can run, Yurcich does a good job of creating a different element of RPO for those kids. Okay, Texas, Oklahoma now. Now you're going to get this odd moved over front. We're still good. We're in like a tray look to the field. Nothing new, nothing fancy. But look, it's the same thing. Okay, but now they're going to run triple option. Okay, remember, they had Sam Ellinger, who can freaking go. All right, we're going to run it. We're going to run wide zone to the left. All right, wide zone to the left. You're going to get triple option. You've got your first read. You got your second read. Here we go. Pull it, pitch it. There it is. And that's the play. Notice that it's just like triple out of the veer. Now, for you old timers that know what split back veer is, flex bone, wishbone, all those guys. So here it is. Motion sets it in play. He now knows I pull it because I got double inside. You take off. My next threat brings me up to the play. I toss it, and there I am. These are all the same concepts. It's all the same reads. It just looks different. And this is what makes them so impressive. All right, let's go back to Oklahoma State. Now you're going to get a read by the outside linebacker. You're getting Oklahoma's 3-4 front, okay? You're getting Oklahoma's 3-4 front. You got an outside linebacker. You got two inside guys. Notice they're in a hurry up pace. These guys haven't even gotten set. Ref is still trying to get back to his spot. This is something he does very well. He uses tempo to his advantage. Now, I want you to see something. What he's going to read is he's reading this outside linebacker. This outside linebacker is the flat defender. He's the only guy that can cover this. So the quarterback right now, you can determine right now, he doesn't even want to hand this ball off because he knows, he sees that this guy is coming downhill into this play and he knows nobody's in the flat. So he just lets the bubble go right now and it gives him the opportunity to get on the edge right now and to go going, okay? This is a simple, easy pre-snap read for the quarterback. Watch it from the end zone so you can get a good feel for it. Okay, here he goes. Rudolph is he's gonna hold that ball. Watch. He sees it pre-snap. He sees 31 come downhill. That's the flat player. He is what they like to call the conflict guy. He's conflicted between run and pass. And this is one of those things where you have to look and understand, hey, this makes sense. Okay, easy pitch and catch. 4 yards is a win. Okay, 10 yards is a victory. Okay, here we go again. Now you got what he called the cowboy back playing in the backfield right now. He's going to run what looks like a wide zone to the left. He's going to insert the B back. You guys are going to get used to seeing this quite a bit. It's a three-man front, so you're going to get an outlook. You're going to get outlook. You two are going to work basically for these two right here. Fullback is going to insert with the center to that front side backer right here. Now, I want you to show something. Notice that the outside linebacker who was there previously came up the field. He is now out in the flat. So again, you're going to get the bubble or the crawfish in the block. Well, his pre-snap read tells him that guy's going out. I'm going to hand this ball off all the way. All right, and there it is. It's about creating conflict in numbers. All right, same game. There we go. Now we're in the diamond formation. Okay, so now, big thing you need to understand about this is anytime Oklahoma State sees a one-high look, you're usually going to get some form of a slant in a flat or just a slant. So watch what he does, okay? Again, wide zone, front side, back side. Notice there's one safety on the field right now. You've got 5-3, okay? So you've got one high safety. We're trying to stop the run right here. So he knows that the only guy that can get covered here is by this guy right here because he's got help on the inside. He has a true one-on-one right here. So you can tell his eyes immediately go to this vacated space. He sees that this quarterback or this outside linebacker right here is going to come screaming down the line. He just pulls, throws the vacated slant flat, hit it, and drive it open. It's just a one-on-one. You guys have seen a lot of this at Penn State previously, but I think Yurcich does a much better job of making a clear, decisive read for them. Watch. Back to what we saw on the goal line. 31 on the outside linebacker, 14 inside. Watch the flow of the play. He snaps the ball. His eyes immediately go to his play. All right, grass is open. Receiver's taught, find the grass, and let's go. Okay, same game. Let's fast forward. Okay, now we're in two back, twins to the boundary. Now, what you're going to see is you're going to see this motion right here. Remember the rule I told you. Oklahoma State, all right, Yurcich sees one high. It's going to be a slant flat look. Watch what happens. Motion happens, okay? This guy does not come down to stop this. They stay too high, easy choice. Hand the ball off. See how that happens? Too high look. They don't roll down to the jet or to the flat. We're in a good spot right here. And this is why this is such a successful play. Watch from the end zone. You can see the vacated spot, watching the quarterback's eyes on what he's looking at. Notice he sees this whole thing happen. He sees the motion go across the formation. He now knows they've lost force player. They're staying too high. He has numbers in the play. Okay, great job. He does a really good job of tempoing and formationing. I really respect that. All right, so now we're going to go in an orbit motion. Again, you got a three-man front. This looks like this is a long distance situation right here. It looks like, okay, you're going to get a wide zone to the right. You've got an orbit motion from the slot receiver. All he's looking at right here is the outside linebacker and the extra fitter. The extra fitter bails out at the snap, and it's an easy play. Just pull it and give it to him. okay? That's an easy concept to understand. This was 3rd and 10, right? This is a 3rd and 10 play. Most people are not going to hand the ball off on a 3rd and 10 play, but Yurcich will if given numbers. Look at 14. Right now, he has 5 on 4. He should win this all day. You've got a double team, and a hook. The guy vacated, the backside guy vacated from the play. You have a nice, easy play. This is impressive. This is a great play, great called game. Okay, again, back to it, same game, twins to the boundary again. We just watched this. Now we're going to see the exact same thing we saw on the other side. Okay, you're going to get the slot receiver is going to go across formation. Remember we talked about anytime they go one high and they see a guy roll down, quarterback now knows they've got a guy rolled down. We're going to run a flat, all right, flat in, and we're going to run a flat. So he's going to hit one of these two things. He's just going to leave the vacated area. See how the safety rolls down and take the jet motion? You should have the slant flat wide open, and you got yourself a play, and that's how he's successful. Watch it from the quarterback's eyes. This is really fun to watch, okay? He's back here. He sees jet motion. He sees the one high. That's easy. All he does is wait for it to happen. They don't even block the backside half the time because they know those guys have to honor the run game. Okay, here we go. We're going to go back to, again, the same concepts that we saw from Oklahoma State. We saw some at Texas. We're going to get a two-back look. We're looking at safeties. You're going to get a flat in and an out. He sees the roll down to the play side. It's an easy pitch and catch for them. Pitch, catch, throw. Okay. So another way we know that this is a play that they really thought about designing to be a 100% RPO look, and how you know they're probably looking at this linebacker right here, was this. They lock on the backside. We run 3 for 3. Okay. We run 3 for 3, and we're in good shape right here. All right. I like how they did this. I love their little one high safety look, automatic read, throw the flat in, throw the flat. Guys, I appreciate it, man. I am looking forward to this. Yurcich is a genius. I am ridiculously excited about Penn State football this year.